Yeah, we are live. All right, people, welcome back to yet another edition of the Norman Kato podcast. With me is Peter. We'll be joined by Oscar in a few. He has some network issues, but he's going to join us, and Clinton and maybe Ken. We are expecting to have both of them later on in the show. Before I go any further, I would like to introduce Peter. Let him greet you guys, then we can proceed.
Thank you. Peter, as usual, Manchester United fan. I think Oscar is also back. We're happy to be here as our weekend was great. Um, I take it back to you, Norman. You can take over. Uh, I think also Oscar can introduce himself.
Yes, good evening, good afternoon, good
Yeah.
morning, wherever you're listening from, wherever you're watching us from. Yeah, I'm Oscar, Liverpool fan. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to having a wonderful show.
Okay.
Indeed. Just a few. Hope you can hear me
Uh,
well, right?
Yeah, we
yeah,
can hear.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, it's been a while since I last had both of you on the show. I think it's been like 2 weeks since I last did a live show. So I would like to apologize to the viewers. We all have responsibilities. Life can get busy sometimes, but whenever we get time, we are always here to discuss football. A lot has happened. You can see Peter is looking healthy. United has been getting big wins of recent. I'm glad that he's happy. Well, we are going to touch on everything. Before we begin talking about Premier League, we are going to talk about UCL and discuss about a few results. So there were a few games that really surprised us. Real Madrid losing to Benfica in Portugal, and
Mm.
surprisingly, they have just drawn Benfica again in the knockout phase. I didn't
Mm.
understand the draw well. We are going to discuss everything. Starting on Real Madrid, to be exact. Personally, I've been so disappointed. I think it didn't even start this season. Since last season, I've been saying we are not really looking good.
Mm.
Um, we are so unconvincing. We are just lucky that we have a goal scorer that chips in with the goals, but the performances are far from convincing. Honestly, um, we all know Zabi Alonso was fired. It was inevitable. I told Oscar it is just a matter of when, but he wasn't going to be a long-term coach at Real. Well, surprisingly, out of nowhere, Florentino Perez hired Abeloa, and I just didn't understand that inclusion. Honestly, I didn't understand it. I don't think he's the man to take us forward. Uh, he lost to Actually, this game was played during election time, so we didn't have internet and everything. So when we
Mm.
got back internet, I got to realize that we lost to a team called Albacete in Copa del Rey. I honestly,
say that again, say that again.
a
Say that
team,
again.
a team called Albacete. I think we lost
Mhm.
3-2,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
true.
came out to say, this loss is on me, blah blah blah, as you would expect. Well,
Mm.
fast forward, we have lost to Benfica, dragging us into the knockout phase, and he said the same thing after the game. I take full responsibility, blah, blah. As you would expect from any rookie coach, they will always have this nonsense they come out with. But this is Real Madrid. And now we are in the knockout phase. And I'm not even pretty sure that we are going to knock out Benfica. I don't know what you guys have to say about the current situation at Real Madrid. Players are furious. I saw Adagura getting pissed when he was subbed off during that game in Benfica. Well, it is just abysmal. Well, Peter, talk to me. What do you have to say about the current situation at Real?
I don't understand what Fiorentina really did. I felt like they must have had like a transition plan, like how we know Madrid always is a planner. It has plans ahead and it's organized. It's not like other teams. I was quite surprised that, okay, not quite surprised because of the Real Madrid connection to bring in the new coach. Well, I wouldn't say he's a bad coach, but the team he's at is actually way bigger than him. Obviously, I don't think he is going to survive. Like maybe in the next 2 months, they will have already come up with a plan. And watching the draws, they were actually fair. I'm from watching the draws of the Champions League knockouts. It's actually fair, but I feel like this is a chance to redeem ourselves, like the team, to bury Benfica one last time. But
I
really,
hope so. Man,
Hey, do you realize that you guys are, do you realize that you guys are not even, you're not even convinced, you're not even sure of your own words. Yeah.
Goalkeepers are
You're
now
not even
scoring.
believing yourselves.
Oscar,
Yeah?
goalkeepers are now scoring goals against us. Do you know how mad that is?
That's what I'm saying. So you guys are not even believing what you're saying.
Well, Peter, sorry to interrupt. Continue.
Yeah, but I do understand because really, but from Mourinho's press conference, he said he was not surprised about the goal. But you know, Mourinho, he likes aura, he likes those things. But
What lights?
the match was quite interesting for us, maybe the neutral fans. I'm a fan of Madrid, but not so diehard. It was kind of interesting, but it was surprising. And having Mbappe on the team, he's doing his job, and the rest of the team is looking all mediocre. And you don't expect that from a Madrid team, really. And Benfica didn't have its stars. It didn't have Enzo. It didn't have Rio. So I expected that to be like a clear win from Madrid. And I don't know what's really the plan, but I feel like if they don't work on it in the next month or so, definitely they are not winning anything this season, and that will be hefty for like a team like Madrid.
Did you guys see reports? I mean, I didn't verify, but it's likely that Trent is going to be sold. Did you see those rumors?
Not yet.
To who?
Apparently, to Manchester City. They are one of the suitors.
Yes,
Well,
yeah, I would be surprised, but one of the teams that I wouldn't be surprised that will come for him, of course, would be maybe Chelsea. But Man City, yes, because they have the money. Probably Pep feels like he can get something out of him. But I wouldn't be surprised. Chelsea or Man City, I wouldn't be surprised.
Man, it is terrible. It is
yeah, but also
honestly terrible.
Man
Sorry?
City also has Man City is also looking for a right back. They were talking about Livramento, so Alexander is not a far shout. You would expect something like that to appear in the links. So, and
Well,
it's
for me,
possible.
honestly speaking, it hasn't really worked out. He has not convinced me yet. Every time he has been given a chance to play, he has struggled massively. So I wouldn't really be surprised if he walks away after just one season. It is unfortunate because this felt like a dream
Move.
transfer for him, but
Mm.
life in life you cannot always really get whatever you want. So that is Trent. Well, Oscar, what do you have to say about Real Madrid?
Okay. I was just as you guys were making statements that you don't believe, I was here trying to scroll through the coaches through the coaches coaching career, and he has actually coached at all levels of Real Madrid.
Mm.
Uh, from the lower levels and 16 under 19 to the team B, and now to the main team. Uh, so he's not necessarily like he's a rookie at the big stage, but he's not necessarily a rookie at coaching. So I'll give him a plus for that. The words he's mentioning, the things he's saying, those are things that even a star player or any coach, it's normal for coaches to say things like that. But just to say something about Madrid's issues, Perez, like Peter mentioned, Perez seemed like he didn't have a plan, or I believe he has a plan. But when we look at the landscape of coaches right now, if you were to take Alonso out of the team, which other coach that is available right now that would actually slot into that team and you would actually be able to say that yes, this coach can actually what get the best. All the coaches that would actually get the best out of that team, or like let's say top-notch coaches, they are all under contract. They are all not leaving their teams right now. So possibly at the end of the season is when what is when they will be able to do what get that coach that they actually want. I believe they can actually even buy out a contract. I mean, I remember when Ancelotti was at Everton. Ancelotti was contracted at Everton. They came and paid about I think 10 million. I can't remember, but this is a statement Ancelotti said. Ancelotti said it's Real Madrid. You can't say no. Yeah, I mean that is a dream squad, a dream team to coach, and I believe it's also a dream team for people to play in. So I believe that the coach that they need, this is just a coach who is like interim, just because they are not actually making it seem like interim. But I believe with their culture of firing coaches if coaches don't deliver, Abelua will be gone by the end of the season if he doesn't deliver. Even though he doesn't deliver within the season, this is Real Madrid. Don't be surprised if they actually bring in some other person just for interim. But at the end of the day, in the back of their minds, let's not take Perez to be stupid. By the way, he fired Alonso knowing that he's actually going out there to hunt for a good coach to actually replace. Now, away from Perez, let's look at the team itself. You see, Real Madrid enables players so much. You see, as long as the players are not against the club, but as long as the players are playing for the club, they will enable them so much. They have so much authority. You get that actually they are one of the reasons why Alonso was fired. I 100% believe that there are things in Alonso was instilling in that team that that in any other club it would actually work. But with a club like Real Madrid, where people thought that he would never instill a press in Real Madrid. Real Madrid was actually pressing. They were actually just second to I can't remember which team it was, but they were just second to some particular team. I think it must have been Barcelona. In what? In terms of pressing. And they were actually pressing and recovering the ball in a shorter period of time. You get? So, for me, I don't think what Alonso was applying to Real Madrid was bad. The only thing is that the team he was applying is to the circumstances. The players are enabled. The players have as much authority as the coach himself. The only person they can't mess around with is the team. I mean, is the club, which is Perez. When you reach those levels, you try to mess around. It doesn't matter who you are. You're out. You get. So, do I think Real Madrid will recover? Come on, they have shown us that they can recover. They have shown us that they are that resilient. They have shown us that their style works, that Galactico style. Trent, for me, I think Pep would go for Trent, and the only reason I would think he would go for Trent is the history. I mean, how much that team that Trent was in at Liverpool would really torment him. I once saw an article where he was talking about that being his strongest sword. The team he has that really given him the hardest time. In my view, anyway, yeah. In my view, I would probably say yeah. probably because the league was strong. Like that was like his strongest rival. He had to get almost close to 100 points to always win, which is understandable. But that's the only reason. This I feel like Pep moved away from playing flying backs. I feel like his most recent success has been having fullbacks who fly also, meaning that he prioritizes because of the league that he's in. This in any other league, I believe that flying backs would actually work. But with his style of play of pressing high, all the time being with the ball, he needs those centre backs all through the what? All through the back line. So I feel that if Trent comes in, Trent is not coming in to actually be a defender all through. Trent is coming in to actually transition into the midfield. That's what I believe. Or probably even once in a while play that position that what's his name, Bernardo Silva plays. That position on the right. I feel like once in a while he will actually be put there or even on the left. But I don't think that he will be in the defense most times. Because you
Mm.
see, as much as we would like to say that he's a right back, Trent struggles. He struggles to defend. When he puts his mind to it, he can try, but he struggles to defend. So, with that said, I mean, come on, there are way better defenders for him to actually pick from. He has
Mm.
creativity in that team. His biggest issue is actually defending. His biggest issue
Mm.
is not creating, it's defending. The team that I think would go for Trent, I mean, they have the money, but then again, Trent is too old for them. They usually buy 24 and below. So Chelsea. But let's wait and see. You never know. Anything is possible.
Indeed, let's wait and see. Well, I really hope that Florentino Perez can really get us a good coach, because I don't believe that Abeloa will do enough to stay in the job. Well, away from Real Madrid, Arsenal won 18-8. They went through as the leaders in the UCL phase. Chelsea got an impressive away win at Napoli, actually knocking Napoli out of the competition. Tottenham also did enough to win in Germany. They beat Frankfurt. Liverpool dismantled Karabakh at home, 6-0 winners on the day, and Manchester City
Mhm.
also winning at home against Galatasaray. So, unless you have anything to say about those games, but I expected all those big hitters to do enough to go through.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Are we
All right.
including Newcastle as a big hit as well?
No,
No,
I don't.
no.
Unless you call them a big hitter, not me. Well, though they got a
Ah,
point
They
away.
get your point.
It was
Yeah.
yeah, it was a
Mm.
huge point away. So they'll be in the playoffs actually. I don't remember who they are playing. Peter, you
mm.
you have those draws. Who are they playing in the playoffs?
Yet, but I can't. We can check. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
let's be exact.
Yeah. Let's see. You can just check through.
Um, so Benfica, Madrid, PSG, Monaco, Bodo Glimt, Inter, Dortmund, Atalanta, Newcastle. New, hold
Mm,
on. Newcastle is playing Karabakh.
That's quite easy.
correct. Well, I expect them to
But
go
it's a
through
two-legged
anyway.
thing.
Karabag
Yeah.
has played English.
It's a
Sorry,
two. It's a two-leg thing.
Oscar.
It's a two-leg thing. So they if they
Yeah, it's a two leg. But did you see that record Karabag has against English teams?
yeah, but and that was going to be my point. If they let's say the first leg, because
Mm,
the first leg is at Newcastle, if the first leg ends, let's say 1-0 or 2-1, and they go home the other
yeah,
side, my friend.
yeah.
So
They'll
they
be
need to finish the job. They need to finish the job from this side.
Yeah.
yeah, true. Well, um, we will actually have good ties in the round of 16, because if Real Madrid goes through, they will play against Manchester City If us, I think Arsenal will play one of Dortmund or Atalanta. Yeah. Well, moving on to the Premier League. We all know what happened last week. Manchester United fans are still celebrating.
I mean, come on. They have to.
But they have every reason to, honestly.
Yeah.
Every,
Um,
every.
I don't really have much to say about that game, just to point out a few things that concerned me. Arsenal defended so poorly on the day. It was so unusual of us to give all that space to the opponent. Don't get me wrong, those were spectacular goals outside the box.
Yeah.
But I think Gabriel and Saliba will be really disappointed to give
Even
out.
Zubimendi.
Well, speaking of Zubimendi, anyone who has played football knows that it's always the best players that make the biggest mistakes. Oscar, you support Liverpool, you know Gerrard and his mistakes that really costed you the title. It happens because the best players are always on the ball, so you expect them to make these silly mistakes. It's always them. So it's really sad that it had to be Zubimendi, and he never really had a chance to make it up for it. But trust me, that was a huge error. It changed the dimension of the game when Arsenal was leading, and their lead didn't really last long. Well, away from the Zubimendi mistake, I don't think really Arsenal played well. They didn't.
Yeah.
You don't.
No.
You can't really pick out anyone that uh, played exceptional. They were all terrible. They were all terrible. I don't know how that dressing room felt after the game, but it was shocking. I think you saw the atmosphere. The fans were shocked. Everyone was shocked. Then these are the
They were
type of
even
games
going.
that really expose our manager. I mean, United had just gone 2-1 up, and he had to do a quadruple sub. I didn't understand. Like bringing on 4 players, it was unnecessary. Honestly, it was unnecessary. He just changed the whole shape, and above all, what was Noni Madueke doing on that pitch? You see, you guys, when I start even ranting about Chelsea signings, yo, Noni Madueke is going to go down as one of the Arsenal's worst signings. I swear, this guy is not even better than Pepe. You know, against
Really?
Cairo, there's something he did against Cairo. I don't know if you guys happened to see that game. Like
Over. Which
he
game?
he shot that ball. The height of that ball, he couldn't even be counted in the rugby goal. I'm telling you, his
Oh
end
yeah.
product is so
I've seen
bad.
the video.
You saw that video, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
This is a 52 million pound player. You guys,
But
Chelsea scammed us.
you see,
Chelsea
Chelsea not
you
scammed us.
see,
business.
See, Oscar, on our
at some
last
point we
show,
need to start.
sorry,
At some point we need to stop talking about the money and look at
Mm.
Arsenal and whoever pays
wait,
this money.
Oscar,
You get, because you can't be telling me that you're getting players from one club and they are
mm,
you're getting them at crazy money, and then we are
crazy man.
saying that the other club is the one that has the problem. The problem should be, we should look at Arsenal. What is it that these people are telling Arsenal that makes them actually believe that these players are worth that money? You get, from one
I'm
club.
not, I'm not really certain, but ever since Arteta came to Arsenal, he has spent over around 300 on Chelsea
Yeah.
players. It is crazy, and none of them has been a success. We can all guess about Kai Havertz, but he has not been good at Arsenal. Well, on the last show we had here, I had 2 Liverpool. Actually, I had 3 Liverpool fans: Oscar, Simple, and Alex. Oscar, remember when I asked these two, would you take Arsenal's front four against Liverpool. Against Liverpool. Remember what Alex and Simple said? Remember?
No, what did remind me?
I'm not
No,
blackmailing
remind
them.
me.
The video is there. They say they will swap Arsenal's front four for theirs. I'm like, are you serious? They say they will take Saka, they will take Martinelli, they will take Gyökeres. The video is there. Alex and Simple, the video is there.
They said they will take.
They will take the Arsenal's front three on the cost of
Liverpool Liverpool is struggling, but the only player I would take from that front three is Saka. Honestly,
and he's
Not
also
even
if I ever, if
I want to read you stats of Arsenal's front four this season. I told Alex and Simple guys were average, and they never accepted. They were like, no, you know Alex's beef with Gakpo. For some reason,
we all
doesn't like Gakpo.
we all have beef with him.
But this is Arsenal's front four. Apparently, that is leading them to the title. Saka has 4 goals in the league, 4 goals and 3 assists. Victor Gyökeres has 4 goals. Our striker who has signed this season. Big money, by the way. Trossard has 5 goals and 4 assists. Ebeleche Eze has 4 goals and 2 assists. For him, I can really excuse it because he has started little games. Our fourth, I don't really know if I should call him a striker or a midfielder, but Merino has 4 goals in the league.
Yeah.
But
Merino is a striker.
This is what concerns me, guys. I know I really want to win this title. I pray that we really win it. But man, is this really good enough? 4 players have an output of 18 goals. Those are our 4 attackers.
You close the door, okay?
Erling Haaland, the top scorer, has 20 goals.
You can play with the ball. That is busy doing work, okay?
Arsenal's 4
That is doing some work. That is doing some work.
Combined, guys. And we are going for a title. You know, it is painful that we lost against United. It is, you know, I'll be disappointed as a fan because you really want to drop points at home if you're going for a title. But we need to also point out the real issues that are really bothering the team. Why is this team dropping points in the way we are dropping? Because let's be honest, the midfield and the defense have played their part. They have won us so many games. Rice, Saliba, Gabriel, Raya, they have played their part. But these front guys, man, they are not doing enough. They are not doing enough. And what is annoying is the additions that were apparently supposed to take us to the next level. They're not clicking. They are not. Eze doesn't look like a player that we watched at Crystal Palace. I don't know if it is the system. I just don't know. Noni Madueke is Noni Madueke. It's now justifiable why Arsenal fans had to sign a petition for him not to be signed. It is now justifiable, honestly. This guy is not good enough. It is not good enough. And honestly, I really want Mikel Arteta to resign if he doesn't win this league. Liverpool has fallen off. City is bad. I mean, this is Arsenal's best chance to just walk this league. But if he dares, I swear, if he dares handles this league to any of those guys, Liverpool or City, let him just resign, man. Let him just resign in good faith.
Funny. He won't resign and he won't be chased. That one, just know. Just know it won't
how
happen.
Embarrassing this is going to be. Losing a title
I know.
To this City side. A City that I
forget about City
getting beaten by Bodo Glimt.
You think that's embarrassing? You think that is embarrassing? How about if you lose this title to Aston Villa?
Yeah,
Eh,
that's what I'm
No, no,
saying. Because
Oscar,
they're just like
Oscar,
this
How
with Man
about if you
City.
lose it to
Aston Villa
Aston Villa?
won't. No,
You're
Aston
looking at
Villa won't finish top three.
no,
They
no, no,
have
no, no,
46
no, no, no.
points.
Just
Mm,
no, no, no. Wait, hold on, Peter. I want him to
yeah.
imagine. You're talking
Mm,
of losing it to City. You're talking to losing it to a team which is 12 points behind. We are talking
yeah.
about Aston Villa. Just imagine the embarrassment. Just imagine how you guys will move
Unai
around.
Emery.
If actually Unai Emery is the one that actually wins this, oh my god, that means you guys better win Champions League. That is the only redemption. Because if you go trophless, oh my, oh
I tr-
my.
I trust Unai Emery to bottle top two, not
Mm,
even top three. I trust
mm,
him. Let's not forget, he had lost the
Okay,
previous three before they won recently. He has one win in
okay.
four. It is just because Chelsea and Liverpool and the rest have not been consistent. But Villa would be out of
yeah.
top four right now,
True,
honestly.
true.
Okay,
Mm,
okay, okay. If I may,
Mm.
if I may just give my submission. Yes, what you I 100% agree with you that front three is not giving, not having good input, and it has actually been the story for a very long time. The time that
Yeah,
Arsenal came the closest was that first time when Odegaard had about 15 goals, I think, in Premier League. For
yeah.
Havertz was also firing on all cylinders. That was, I believe, the
Mm.
closest that Arsenal came to, and that was the most productive season for actually most of those players. But ever since
Mm.
that time, it has been a case of each one chips in something small, something small. No one holds the season by the it's the defenders who are holding the season by the strap of, by the horns, and like they're like, we are carrying you, we are carrying you. The strikers are
Yeah.
not scoring enough goals. That's the thing that I believe that Gyökeres was brought in for. But you see, I believe the players, as much as I believe that the number nine kind of striker, a nine kind of striker, is actually being phased out of football, but it's just slowly by slowly coming in. I strongly believe that Arsenal doesn't play to Gyökeres' strength. Yes, there have been moments, and I'm one person who has actually reached a point where I'm like, this guy is also becoming hard to watch to defend. But I
mm,
Mm.
believe that most of the time, if we have to we'll give a total percentage of this season so far, as per the games that have been played, 90% of the times Arsenal doesn't play to his strength, and I believe it's also the same thing with Sesko. I believe it's also the same thing with Isak. The
Mm.
times that you'll see once in a while that they will actually perform, it is because the team they are playing, it's either because of the team they are playing against, or because of something small that the other players, his fellow players, have actually changed. Either they are crossing in the ball early, or they have probably done something. You get, for example, the goal that Gyökeres scored against Leeds in the first leg. There's that goal that he scored whereby he just got the ball and then he ran with the ball. Clearly, it was clear that the Leeds defenders were just as scared of him as a big name, he's in a big club, and we don't want to tackle him, and something like that. But if actually the guy had gone at him, he was actually going to close down Gyökeres, and there's nothing Gyökeres was going, because Gyökeres ran with the ball from almost close to the halfway line, and then he actually beat the guy, and he did what, and he scored. Gyökeres' biggest strength is supplying the ball, and his job is to look for that tap in. His job is to look for, you play the ball in and let me run onto the ball. These
mm,
days, the way our teams are made out to play, our teams are made out to play in a way that the winger is positioned in a way that he's actually supposed to cut in and shoot. The winger is also like a striker. You get it?
yeah.
By the time the winger remembers to cut to go to the byline and cross, it is when the winger has no option.
Yeah.
You get it? That is how you see teams like Liverpool are set up. It's the same way how Man U is set up. It's the same way how Arsenal is set up. Just imagine a situation whereby Saka is actually playing on the left, and he's
Yeah.
supposed to now look for the striker. You get it? Now, when you look at the
Yeah.
small teams, look at, for example, Newcastle. The way Newcastle played in a way that they look for their striker. You do realize that those guys do they do create chances for their those two
And
strikers of theirs.
crosses. And crosses, and
Yes,
they
that is
use
how they
natural.
play.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mm.
exactly. Now, these big teams, the way they play, that is why, as an Arsenal rival, I'm happy that actually the guy is not performing. But I know it's not a flop. I
Yeah,
know
it's not.
because I
It's not.
believe that if that guy had started performing, yeah, if he had actually
Yeah.
started firing on all cylinders, I guarantee you, with that type of defense Arsenal has, Champions League in my eyes would actually be something in the cards for them.
Yeah.
Because the one thing in the jigsaw that they miss is a striker who can actually deliver. If he could deliver for a club like Sporting, he scored in Europe and he scored against small teams. He was scoring against big teams. He was beating big teams. You get these
Yeah,
are
but
actually defenders who are of names. You get so
to add
there is
on
no
to
way I can say that he's a. Oh, yes, please.
yes, like when you talk about the big teams and you look at Sporting, the way Amorim used to set up the
Mm,
team is more transitional football. We sit and we wait for
mm-hmm.
space and back and we put there the cross. And then Jokeres is going to run onto
Yeah.
the ball, into the space. But
Yes.
now
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal is going to possess the game. He will have to come out of the box to also play. He's very clunky. He doesn't have the best touch. He's not, the
He's not good on the
defenders are
ball.
tired. Yeah, exactly. So
Mm.
I feel like that has been his main issue, and you can't deny this is a different league. However much he was here before in Brighton, it doesn't really add up a lot until he's experienced. This is a different
No.
league, and people are sharp. You'll find sharp defenders who are not going to engage immediately. They'll wait for you to act, and that's where
Mm.
Joker isn't. He can't find his feet right. He can't find his shot. He can't create his own space. So I don't
Yeah.
see him even improving. He's just going to keep on
There,
flopping,
Yeah.
and the
there's one
criticism.
there's one thing you guys are not mentioning.
Mm.
Why are you letting Odegaard get away with all this? I mean, he's the one. He's the one supposed.
But look, we are
Personally, I
putting
don't like him.
look. No, Peter,
And
Peter, Peter.
yeah,
Look at it this
mm,
way. Look at it this
yeah,
way. But at the beginning of the season, I believed that what's his name? Eze was brought in as the guy to like a 10 to unlock
yeah,
what defenses. You get
yeah,
that is what I believed. But you see,
yeah,
this guy Arteta's system is very like it is like it restricts these players. It restricts these players to as you're going to attack, we think about also defending. We think about defending, and if you don't think about defending, there is no way that you're actually going to play. Odegaard runs around like a headless chicken.
yeah,
So he's going to play. He's going to play. You get. But like I was telling Peter earlier, no man. Odegaard,
Mm.
yes, he's the person supposed to be making those passes. But have you seen the kind of passes that he makes?
and also the
He's
position,
not really that
the
good.
position is in. I've been seeing him more in
Yes,
the
his
deep line,
positioning.
making balls. So he's good in the half
You
spaces.
know, I'm actually scared of a situation where Arsenal they bring in either an interim or they bring in a coach who releases these players to actually play. Because that's those when you have defenders who can handle their own one-on-one, hmm, and then you put a six because a natural six like Zubimendi, he's there to help protect the back line. You get
Mm.
that alone, eh? And then you release these other players to actually play. And then
Yeah, be
once in a
fluid.
while, maybe these wingers support them. Man, you get
Mm.
such a coach, eh? Man, the league is in trouble, and I believe that is where this guy is getting that playbook. He has the playbook of Pep, but he's just not letting Pep lets his players actually express themselves. That is the big difference, I
You
believe,
know
with
the
him and what his game and
the sad reality is the sad reality is we are still stuck with him for some good time. It is so
very
sad.
long, a very
I
long
mean,
time. You want
when Tony Adams came out and said that you can't win the league with captains like Odegaard, everyone got into him, man. but he was just saying facts, man. Oscar, you know very well for me my thoughts on Odegaard. Since last season, I told you this guy is not good
But
enough. He's
no,
over.
hold on. You see, one of the main reasons I believe, because I believe actually myself as well, maybe 10 years ago, I would have also been mad at Tony Adams. The one thing that people like Tony Adams, who are actually British or English, those guys are very good at speaking their minds, and they have an arrogance about them. So when he says something like that, and then he actually the person he points out first before he says Gabriel, the first person he points out as an option is actually another English. Yeah,
But
people are like,
was it a
no,
bad option? Oscar, was it the bad
no,
option?
no, 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 no. No, I'm just trying to help you understand that where
Okay,
some actually I believe
one thing
most people there.
I didn't like in his statement when he said that Rice is even better than Ateta. That was an insult to the coach.
Yeah,
But
he meant as a player or what did he mean? That's the part I didn't
I don't
understand.
know.
As
I
a
don't know
player
if he
or as a coach?
just wanted
obviously, as a
to be
player,
sarcastic, but he was
mm,
just implying that Rice is the best captain to lead us into the title. He is better than Odegaard and better than Ateta himself. Of course, that was a diss. I don't know.
Uh, yes, yes, it was. Yes, it was. And for me, it still goes back to what I was telling you about. Because even me, I also never used to like the arrogance of the English. I've been a
Mm.
Liverpool supporter for a very long time. But anytime England is playing, I guarantee you, I don't support England. I don't support England.
yeah,
Even though it has Liverpool players in there, I don't support England. You get because
Yeah.
there has always been that arrogance about them that I've also been in that camp whereby I just don't like the arrogance of the English and the things they say. But when you look at when you look at the thing in totality, what he was actually saying is true. It is also the same challenge we used to have with Henderson as a Liverpool captain. But you see, Henderson he was not necessarily the best player, but this guy would actually die for the club. Like he was there, like he was you look at Odegaard runs around, you get it? But Odegaard
Mm.
runs around like a headless chicken without purpose. This guy would actually close it down. He would sacrifice to, let Trent go and attack. For him, he would play his position and then also cover the other side. When he's doing badly, maybe Fabinho would go that side. But he would try to die for the club. But not just that, even off the pitch, he was a leader. You get it? Now, he grew into that role as a captain. You get it? We used to have a
Mm.
challenge with him as a captain, but I think at some point he realized that leading men is not just a matter of just because I'm English. He grew into it and he became actually a good captain. You get, but for
Mm.
Odegaard, no, guys, I can assure you, the day you guys change captain from Odegaard to someone else, no one should even complain. It would be the right thing to do because you need someone who is going to lift the team up. I can understand he's the captain of Norway. That one I can understand. But when it comes to a club like Arsenal, Arsenal has people who lead not just on the pitch but also off the pitch. You have very many people who can actually take that armband. Notably Gabriel,
Yeah.
notably people like Rice, because they are English and things like that. He has led a team to actually a European trophy, as small as the trophy might have been, but it's a European trophy. You get
Mm.
there are people who can actually lead that club. You get I can probably also
Mm.
drop in Saka, but Saka is the vice captain, right?
Yeah.
But man, Ateta's choices. Okay,
It
we
is
shall go with
just
that. No problem.
favoritism,
It
nothing
is
else,
what?
man. Favoritism.
Man, Ateta's choices are just really interesting. But anyway, if I may just say something also small about the Arsenal Man U game. Throughout the commentaries, the analysis, I've had very many people talking, even through the everything. But there's one thing that many people actually not noting. Guys, Arsenal is on a paper and actually throughout the season, I believe is a better club, a better team than Man U. But
Mm.
on that day, Man U was the better team. Now, I've seen analysts pointing out why did Saliba do this? He didn't close this, he didn't close that. But Look at this amount of space. Besides the third goal, hmm, of which I still
Mm.
believe that was human error. It was normal. Such things happen. You can't close down a person that fast. The movement of Shesko helped. Eh? You can't you can't tell me that actually where Dogu scored from. Dogu didn't score in a lot of space. That was like the most space you could actually give. People were close to the guy. They were tight on the guy. But it was a goal of like a once in a lifetime goal for him. You get Zubimendi made a mistake. Shesko made actually a good move. The way he moved helped create space for Cunha. So
Mm.
for me, I believe that as much as people will say that Arsenal should have done this, Arsenal should have done that, let us credit Manu. Manu was just too good for you guys on that day. Eh? They were just too good. There's nothing like excuses. That's why if we have to do a predictions today, I believe that Leeds is going to be beaten by Arsenal. Because I believe that such things, it's not going to happen twice in a row. I believe it's not going to happen twice in a row. A situation whereby Arsenal is, I mean, luck just lands and then Arsenal again is beaten. No, no, no. I believe that Arsenal is going to win that game against Leeds, but the Manu Arsenal game, no. Manu was just the better team on the day. There's nothing Arsenal would have done different. Any other team that Arsenal would have played, I believe they would have won. Sorry.
You think so?
But against Arsenal, I believe
Yeah.
so. Arsenal was a better, I mean, Manu was a better team. Manu was a better team on that day. It was a better team. They utilized their chances. They utilized their,
Mm.
to show you that they were actually a better team. And for me, you actually pointed out and said that everyone on the Arsenal team didn't perform. Like there were very many shockers. For me, my biggest
Mm.
shocker, which I actually excuse him because he has always been like a savior when called upon, though he makes some slight mistakes. For me, the biggest shocker was actually Raya. Raya was nowhere to be seen, but every time he was supposed to stand up and be counted, it ended up into the net.
It was it
Every
was
time,
serious time.
every time. Yes, he was
It
simply
was
the second goal. The second goal, the guy could not understand what was going on. The third goal, oh my god!
you see,
I was like, where was
Oscar,
Raya?
you know why
Yeah.
I'm not picking out players to blame.
Mm.
Raya, the defense and the midfield, they have been there for us this season. Like they have played well. I'm not
Yeah.
going to come out here and
Mm.
blame Zubim. He has been one of our best players this season.
Sure.
Raya
Sure.
has saved us on countless occasions. But I'm asking,
Mm.
why are the likes of Saka, Odegaard getting away with these bad performances each and every time?
I think it's
Because they
because
are
of the
fan
safety thing.
favorites, man. It is not acceptable. Just like Van Dijk keeps on getting away with bad performances at Liverpool because apparently
Let,
he's one.
let me. By the way, by the way, Norman. Let me help you.
Yeah.
It's not that they are bad. It's not that these guys are bad. It's not like they're this is a surprise. This is who they are. Let me just help you out to understand
Yeah.
what is going on here. Last season, it has been consistent. They are just being consistently who they are. Last season, Trossard scored 8 goals. He had 7 assists. So because of this whole GA and all that, we shall say 15 goals.
Mm.
We shall say 15 goal contributions. Martinelli is on 12. Saka is on 16. But if you're looking at goals alone, none of them crossed 10 goals. None of them. Even Havertz had 9 goals. Now, when we look at this season, they are just being consistent. This season, Trossard is the highest. He has 5 goals. Gyökeres, whom you have added, has 5 goals. Bukayo Saka has 4 goals. You get what I mean?
Mm.
These guys cannot even. They are not. That's why I believe that if they change their style from trying to score, but trying to look for that target man is going to open up a lot for them. Because
Do
they
you
are
think
not
it's
20 goal a season
coaching
strikers.
problem,
They are not.
Oscar?
I beg your pardon?
Do you think coaching
Yes.
problem?
Yes,
Partly.
I believe so.
Partly.
Because it's the coach. It's the coach. Partly, yeah. A big for me, a big chunk of it goes to the coaching side. Because I believe that it's not a coincidence. Because I've given you the statistics last season. I'm giving you the statistics right now.
Mm.
Sorry.
Oscar, remember when
Yeah.
I gave you a certain stat that was unbelievable, but it was actually true. Arsenal is ranked 20th in shots inside the box in the league. Can you believe that?
Wow. Wow.
Wow. My God.
20. You know what United did best on the day? They made like they shot whenever they got an opportunity. How many shots did Arsenal have in that game? How many? Just
Arsenal doesn't shoot.
needless outside the box, needless possession, then get a corner. I'm actually fed up with this mentality of playing for corners and set pieces.
Yeah.
What is that, man?
By the way, you guys have your squad so far 25 goals. Let me see. 42 goals, okay? So if your squad 42 goals, and your front three has less than 20 of those goals, they actually have 14.
They have a combined 18 goals. 4 people.
So who has the other 4? Who has the other 4 goals? Martinelli.
Merino.
Merino.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, let's add Merino there. Now, you guys have actually scored 42 goals. But of those 42 goals, not even half of those goals are from the strikers.
They have a lot of own goals.
They have... Oh my God.
Oscar, we are top of the league because of our defense and midfield. Period.
That's true. And I believe if you guys take the trophy this season, it's going to be a very unprecedented thing. The first team to have very useless forwards but win a trophy. It's going to be history in the making, by the way. It's going to be serious history. History.
Starting to be concerned, honestly.
No, you said you see,
okay.
the
signs are there. You're saying? The signs
I'm saying that of the 3 of you at the top, you should only be concerned if you're the guys who drop the next 3 points.
Yeah.
If anyone is to drop points, it should not be you guys to drop points first. If you guys drop points before City and Aston Villa, blood, be concerned, because the third last game of the Premier League you guys are playing is actually Man City. The third last. So if you're 1 point away from them,
by the time
if you're 1 point away,
the league would be decided. Either Arsenal would have bottled the league already, or City would have fallen off. But I don't think it will reach there. I don't think so. You know why?
Well,
we have been lucky. We have been lucky that fixtures have really played in our favor.
Yeah,
because I assume City will drop points against Spurs and it will go back to 7 points. You know, that's how lucky we have been. Otherwise, man, Arteta, man, you should just resign.
But you do realize that Spurs has always beaten. Spurs has always beaten City. City. But when it counts, they don't. When it counts, they don't. They don't.
The thing is, I liked Arteta's presser after, before the Champions League game. Like, he spoke what I wanted to hear. There were no excuses. It was pretty clear. They accepted the loss and they had to move on. They know we have a big 2 months coming up. We just need to stay focused, man. Like, we are just making hard work of ourselves. Honestly, this league could have been wrapped up already.
Maybe you guys are maybe taking the saying literally. It's lonely at the top. Like, you guys don't want to be alone. You want people to be close. You know.
It's not about the saying. It is about the mentality. It's because these guys have not done it yet. They are panicking.
Yeah, the
They are
pressure.
panicking.
That's
That's why
actually that's what I was saying. Like I was telling someone that Arsenal doesn't have it has players who coil when they are under pressure.
they
It's only
haven't done it.
Gabriel. It's only Gabriel who looked like as if he was motivating the
Mm.
team. The captain wasn't doing anything.
You know, the Carabao Cup is actually going to be very crucial this season. It
Yeah.
might sound mad, but that test of silverware maybe it will be the one to galvanize these guys. You get it? That's why it
Yeah.
is very important to
Who
win
are you
it
playing?
first. We are playing Chelsea second leg.
Who are you playing?
Chelsea.
What did you both of you are in the semi-finals?
Yeah, but we won the first leg, so I hope we get the job done in the second leg. It's just next week.
You won you won the first leg by how many goals?
It ended 3-2.
No, it's tight.
3-2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tight.
That's tight, man.
But they are coming at the
That's
Emirates.
tight. Oh, my
Yeah,
friend.
but
Right
That's
now,
London.
right now we are not
That's
sure. We are
London.
not sure if it is a fortress anymore. We are not
That's
sure.
London. So we
true.
expect. Isn't it
True.
at the Wembley?
No, it is at the Emirates.
Oh, not yet the final. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
No,
understandable.
no. I thought semi-finals are also played at. Okay. It's the final which is
That's
played
The
in
first
Wembley.
leg was played at Stamford Bridge.
mm,
Oh,
But
FA
man,
is the one that is played at.
FA is the one that's played
eh,
at Wembley.
but honestly,
Okay.
for me, if Arteta dares bottle this league, he should just resign, man. I'm not going in for another
But
season.
Arsenal likes mediocrity. Arsenal likes mediocrity. They will keep him. Arsenal
Yeah,
likes mediocrity. Yeah.
that is. It is so sad, but he should just leave. I I like the guy because
Mm,
I know where he got us from, honestly, and I
true,
appreciate.
true.
But in coaching, yeah, you
Yeah.
need luck. You don't have to be
True.
so good, but you need
True.
luck sometimes. That is why a terrible slot came from nowhere and he won the league in his first season. And that the guy
Yeah.
is even still bragging about it. I've watched his presser. Do you know what he said, Oscar, today?
Man, I had him say that Liverpool has won. Is it Liverpool has won two Premier League trophies in 30 years, and we just won one last season. I'm like this guy. Eh?
Said he said
He's trying to. Oh my
it
god.
took Klopp 5 years to win his first trophy.
Mm-hmm.
I won it season. So he's
You
bragging
can't
about
rubbish
it.
Klopp like that. You're working on his team and you're rubbishing it. Oh no, that's not right.
Yes, he won it on the guy's team, and right now he has his own team, and his team is crap, man.
But this is what I'm saying. You need to have luck sometimes when you're managing
Sure.
teams. Arteta is a good coach, but I don't think he has luck. The amount of semi-finals he has lost, the league titles he has bottled. Sometimes it's not meant to be, and I don't
Yeah.
feel that he's man enough to step down and say, you know what, it has refused. Let me give it to another person. Klopp was. Do you think Klopp wanted to leave Liverpool? No, he was just fed up of chasing Guardiola each and every season, coming up
Yeah.
seconds. He
Yes,
was fed
Guardiola
up.
has the
he didn't
investment,
see
so
he didn't see this downfall. He didn't see
Exactly.
this downfall because if actually this downfall had come when he was still actually there and he had won the league again, I believe that this season he was actually going to make some. He was going to that guy was going to actually make the team better this season because that according to him that team was still being built. That team was not yet perfect. It was still being built.
Mm.
Yeah,
But well,
and I'm very sure
I don't.
he would have got us a 6 instead of doing Kayongirizi.
yeah, sure.
Well, I don't want to take away United's moment. Let me give Peter the opportunity to speak about his team. Yeah.
Anyway, today, by the way, Bruno. This is when we bought Bruno. He's making
Mm.
his sixth year. So he has been a good signing. 112 goals, 97 assists, 300 appearances plus. So that's a good thing for the team. On things about the manager, because that's actually the most critical thing that we are facing at the moment. You guys, I don't know, but you should give me your opinion. Do you think Carrick would be a good option going
No,
to the next season, or we have to
no,
move on?
no, 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 no,
Exactly.
no.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
see, Peter, this is
Mm.
all copium. I'm telling you, United fans that are getting excited after these 2 wins, like, have you not learned? Have you not
Yeah,
learned, honestly?
from our
Because
mistakes. Yeah,
because I like the fact that Carrick understands the team and the strength. Like, he plays to the team's strength. That is very crucial because he knows United are not so good in dominating possession, but they are very good in transition. So that is,
transition.
I give credit to him. But
Mm.
moving forward, man, I don't trust him as a permanent.
Mm.
I don't trust him.
True.
But
True.
if you hire him as the permanent coach, yeah, we will be there. When the ranting starts again, we will be there.
Yeah, they will eat him up. Actually, I was seeing Roy Keane criticizing him, saying that even though he's to win the league, all is to win every game that is coming, he shouldn't get the job. And some people were saying that he's biased, but I actually think it's a right thing to do. It's the right thing to do because we have done it with Solskjaer and it hasn't ended well. And now these coaches without ego, without experience, they tend to accept everything. We need a coach who's going to stand on his ground and he says, I want this, I want this. And that's how actually Ferguson managed to be dominant in all those years. So, and the other thing I think if we can get Champions League football this season, it's not yet certain, but if we can get it, it will help us a lot going into the next season, and that should be the goal. Beda, did you hear Dizabi's something about
Yeah,
Dizabi? Yeah,
yeah, he
so
must leave Marseille.
yeah, he might leave Marseille, and he's high up on the list of many coaches. Apparently, also Tuchel and who else? I was hearing someone like Luis Enrique, but of course that one is not going anywhere. I don't
But do
think
you think people will leave the English job?
yeah, he's being criticized a lot, and if he doesn't perform well in this World Cup, I mean, English media will eat him up, and he'll be booted out in a second. So he's also
Define perform well. What do you mean by perform well?
he has all the resources to go and win the World Cup, but I don't think he can.
Oh,
True,
please. They get that way.
true. Tell me,
I
coach.
put okay, I believe it is possible. I'll wait for it. I'll wait to see it happen. But I believe that anytime teams like England or Netherlands come against genuine contenders, they always fail.
He
When they
has the
come
players.
against a team that, yeah, I am not arguing, by the way. I believe he has the players, and I believe that a better coach. I think it also comes down to decision making. Like, for example, for some of the finals that and semifinals that Southgate messed up in, or quarterfinals. But when you look at the teams that they were playing against, these were teams that were either the eventual winners or they were actually genuine contenders. So for me, I believe that, like we like saying that sometimes in winning these things, there is luck involved. They need to be
Yeah.
lucky. They need to be lucky. Otherwise, if
Yeah.
they meet a genuine team, my friend, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
True.
Yeah.
Maybe the other thing I would want to say is I think we actually needed to make signings this short window that we have had, but
In
there's
which
a way that
area?
mostly now like in the left wing. We don't have any left wing, and we have moved to this formation of 4-2-3-1. So I feel like we need a left winger. Cunha is going to be all over the place. He likes being everywhere. Dogu, who has been playing the position, is out. Then Mbuemo and Ahmad, they are wingers, but they are more dominant on the right. So I really thought they could do something, maybe a loan deal, or even midfield, because we're just one injury away from crying again. One injury like this, and we go back to screaming. We lose Casemiro also, and we go back to Ugarte, and everything will just go to shambles.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
feel like if at least we can do something during at least maybe the deadline. You can imagine there were talks of Ndidi, and I'm like, what are we doing really? Ndidi, Loftus-Cheek, those are the people being mentioned in the shortlist. What are those guys doing really? It goes back to the board.
But allow me say, Peter, that your standards at Man U have
They have
dropped so
lowered
badly.
so
For some of us
badly.
who really watched Ferguson, oh my God, hey,
uh,
your standards have dropped,
Fred
man.
Ndidi.
It is terrible. There are players that would be a shocker for them to be mentioned,
Yeah,
being aligned with Man U. But these days,
true.
even championship players are being mentioned being aligned with you guys. Man, it's bad. Eh? It's bad. It's bad, man. Hey.
Peter,
Yeah.
if I may ask,
Yeah.
are you looking to sign any? Okay, you have mentioned Wilfred Ndidi and Loftus-Cheek. Uh, let me believe that they're
Just
just rumors,
rumor.
no?
Yeah.
Because if you dare sign those players, that would be shocking, honestly. That
No,
would be
but the
shocking.
truth is that we had talks with Ndidi because the only issue
Mm,
that happened is that his father he was in a car crash, I think, and
mm,
he had to go to he's in burial and all those things. So now that's how the deal went wrong. But he was considered, and it was even reported by the big media houses like Athletic, and this directly talk to the teams, talk to the board. So it's actually
mm.
that's real news. It means we actually went and tried to pursue this player. So it really
Why
shows
don't you
that.
guys Why don't you guys just go and get N'Golo Kante? Because I have a feeling they are around the same age. If you want Ndidi, Ndidi, why don't you just go and get N'Golo Kante? Because for him,
Mm.
you see, Ndidi is actually slow. He's not
Yeah, very
fast.
slow, injury prone.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
just
think.
another thing.
Yeah, you won't even play 3 matches in that. But me, I would even prefer if we got like we brought in a kid from the ranks and you bring into the team, but we loaned out even some players, and it's all shambles. I can tell you.
You know,
Amorim,
I don't know what these teams, these up higher teams put into their scouting teams. But
yeah,
I mean, you have to ask yourself, if a team like a lower team, any of their players is always any of their big players. Let me give an example of Brighton. If you
yeah,
right now, if you go and go for that Japanese player of theirs, or you go for any
Mitoma,
of their big players, yes,
mm,
they have a replacement already lined up.
yeah,
So the question is, what is it that those people scouting teams do? Because seriously, it is a business. You need to look for ways of what of trying to manage, your costs, like reduce your costs. If
yeah,
someone can actually get Baleba at 19 million, and right now the man is going for almost 100 million, like what is
mm.
it that people need to start firing their scouting teams? Honestly, people
My
need to
think
start firing their
the
scouting teams.
scouting teams actually do their job. You get it's
Mm,
only the
mm,
board and the head of recruitment that actually doesn't do the job. Because I can tell you over like
mm.
1,000 players are linked to Manchester United every time. Even Baleba, Caicedo, all those players were linked to Manu at some point and were offered those players, but we tend to brush them off. Can you believe we had Haaland? We had a chance to sign Haaland, but we didn't because we didn't. We always want to go for the high end players, someone who's going to, I think, bring in the press, who's going to attract these brands. So I think we're our own problem.
I mean, I look at players like in these leagues, like in the French league, a player who is
Mm,
playing in a team like Marseille, a player who is playing in a team like Lyon. Let's say the player is between 24 and below, and the player
yeah,
is actually a star player. Let's say, for example, in the midfield. Why don't I
yeah,
bring that player to, let's say, at worst, at maybe be like a backup? But when I
yeah,
know that there is potential actually for this player to be way better, you get.
mm,
But
yeah.
it just beats my understanding how these big teams are out scouted by the
But
small teams.
but
Someone buys
what
the
I
player at 3 million, and I'm like,
mm,
what?
you know why that also what I would say is that we have given coaches a lot of power. You see, like every time the coach comes, he's going to try to wipe out.
Mm,
And sometimes they even wipe out the talent, forgetting that tomorrow this
mm,
coach can be chased away, but this talent can
mm,
actually be grown. It's not the talent is not asking for much time, just a few games, and they will be playing. So
mm,
there's that breakage of continuity. Like we think short term,
mm,
we think like once we bring in this coach, he's going to think for
mm,
everyone. He's going to think for the recruit. If he doesn't want this player, they're going to put him away. But that's actually, if you look at Madrid, if you have a dominant
mm,
director who is going to stand on the club's core values, the club's culture, who's going to make sure, even though we
yeah,
bring another coach, he's not going to change our
mm,
way of the philosophy of our team. So
mm,
that's actually one thing that I've seen that has been a problem. And if we don't solve that, we're going to keep doing the same thing. There's not going to be any continuity. We bring in another coach, we bring in new players, and then he chases the previous one. And we're, at the end of the day, we're the ones losing. You can imagine we sold Anthony. Anthony's doing well. We sold Hoyland. We sold, but now we lack players up front. We lack midfield. We lack backup in the left wing. I can
mm,
so
mm,
this is what I'm saying. Like we have brought in a coach who plays a back three. He has sold all the wingers.
mm,
Now we're back to
mm.
saying we're going to spend
You're in
another wing.
trouble.
We're
We,
in
we
trouble
need we
again.
need wingers.
We need wingers, but we
Yeah.
had wingers.
But
We had. Mhm.
okay.
You can
Which
go on.
which team is where? Who are you guys playing this weekend? Who are you guys
We're
playing
Fulham.
this
playing
weekend?
Fulham.
At home?
away.
No, they're coming Old Trafford. Old Trafford.
At
Old Trafford.
Yeah,
home?
yeah.
No, Fulham. Don't make it. I don't. As long as you guys don't make it a close game, I think you guys can win it. If you make it a close game, those guys have the potential of actually nicking
Even
it from you
even last
guys.
time was a close
Just don't
game.
make it a.
Last time.
Just
Mhm.
there's no way you're winning it if it's a close game. I believe the best you can get is a draw if it's a close game.
You know, our issue is like this. Once we have been asked to dominate a game, we have failed. We always want to play transition football. Once we possess the ball, we tend not to play well. With our players look like they don't have solutions when they reach up front there. And you ask yourself, where is all the money going? You get so
That only works for when you're playing against another big team. But
yeah,
there are very few big teams. So
yeah,
now that you're
exactly.
playing Fulham, we need to see what you guys can bring.
Yeah.
So who's going to replace Dogu?
I think Cunha is going to come because he has been coming off the bench. I think also we can play Ahmad there because he has played there. Mbuemo can play there, but you'll be moving players out of their best positions, which is not good. So I think Cunha might start in that position.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, moving on to Liverpool. Liverpool lost their last Premier League game against Bournemouth dramatically in the
Dramatically.
last minute.
I
Well, it's been a season of ups and downs for Liverpool, honestly.
yeah.
They have qualified for knockouts in UCL after beating Karabakh 6-0. But in the league, they still lack consistency. Um, I understand they have been unbeaten for 7 games, but that is the dullest unbeaten run you'll ever see. It was full of draws, but
Yeah.
eventually, they lost to Bournemouth, and
Mm.
I need to highlight that that winner was entirely on Van Dijk, and
Yeah, true.
shamelessly he was asking for a foul. Man, Oscar, you're Mr. Aura,
What?
Mr. Aura defender.
Mm.
Hey,
So,
1v1.
sometimes he needs to hold himself accountable for these mistakes. Like time and after time,
you know
he does.
the one
He
thing,
likes to
the one.
point the finger
Mm,
to the next person around him. Like, when has he ever come out to, to say that, yeah, it's all on me. I made a mistake, I own it. It is always him looking for excuses. He was telling the referee that is a
And he's the
foul, but
captain.
let's be honest, was that ever a foul? No, it was
no,
soft.
I realized that on the pitch, yes, and in the moment he can look for excuses. But what I credit him for is that he doesn't duck the smoke. He will come to the press and try to give
But
his view
he's throwing players under the
of
bus.
things.
Mm. He's throwing players under the
He's
bus
throwing
as
players
the
under the bus.
captain.
Okay,
Mm.
if I didn't listen to the post game one. If you just give me highlights of what he said, please.
Okay. I may have been like following mostly like what he used to say, mostly if he's asked to interview. He never takes the blame, and he's the captain. It has been a pattern. It's not only the previous press conference, the previous
So
interview.
in this
It
current
has
one,
been
in this current one, did he throw the players under the bus?
No, no,
well, he
no.
didn't take the
The
blame.
Bournemouth.
He didn't take the blame though.
What did he say?
I said
I think
the performance wasn't
He
good
didn't take the
enough,
blame.
but he
yeah.
never talked about his mistake.
Yeah, it was all PR. It was all PR. The
Mm.
team is, you know how they always say, the team is not good enough. I think we can do more. Those things.
You know,
But yeah, you can go
okay,
on.
I totally understand what you guys are saying, and I agree that he needs to be held accountable. I believe he needs to be held accountable 100%. I believe he needs to be held accountable. Um, he has things have there are very many moments where people have really missed that. People go hard on the players like Konate. People
Yeah,
like me will go hard on people like Gravenberch and all that. But
yeah,
when it comes to Van Dijk, people seem to actually go soft on the guy. But trust me, that Bournemouth loss was 100% on him.
yeah, true.
Sometimes a goal can do very much for a team that is even down. So I
Yeah,
believe that that first goal lifted them up, and it even gave them momentum to actually do what? To get the second goal. Now, no one talks about this in the second goal. I think it must have been Brooks, or I can't remember who made that pass. Whoever made that pass with like acres of space. You would park, I think, 3 cars around him, and you would still have no Liverpool player around. That is how much space that guy had. Like the person
mm,
has all day to thread a pass because the ball is faster than all of us. You get
mm,
the ball is faster
mm,
than all of us. So why are you giving someone free space, free range? Like where are you guys? Where is everyone? You know
Mm.
that is why for me, I firmly believe that yes, the defense has issues, but that midfield man, we need to go back to that Liverpool that presses. These days,
mm,
pressing is very key. This current Liverpool team, even in the Champions League, people have talked about why does Liverpool perform well in Champions League and not in Premier League. And as much as I don't like Carragher's analysis and all that, not necessarily him, but I just don't like some of his analysis and how some of the things he says. Carragher hit it on the nail, on the head. Carragher said Liverpool, the way it plays right now, Liverpool is not a team for the Premier League. All their weaknesses are what Premier League is actually all about. Now, when you come to Champions League, you're not going to be pressed as much. Champions League, you're not going to find necessarily teams that are going to be hard on you. You're going to find the versatile, different teams. You get it? And
Yeah.
in the Champions League, people are going to play what we call like total football. You get?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
teams are going at each other. This one will go. They even give you a chance, and then you also go at them. You also give them a chance, and they go at you. But Premier League is not going to allow you to do that. Premier League is going to. They are going to put their their feet on your neck. No breathing. You get? And that is what makes Liverpool struggle. When you come into set pieces, it's like the guys have weak knees. Guys they are not stable. Like they can't defend a free kick, they can't defend anything. A throw in, they can't. And for me, that thing, do you know the reason why I believe it's not about the players just, and it actually has something to do with coaching. These are the same players Klopp had. These are the same players Slot had last season. You get? Slot had these same players last season, and Liverpool was hard to beat on what? On set pieces. Liverpool was very hard to beat on set pieces. So my question is, what has changed? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Someone will say that maybe these players
Hello?
are just getting
Yeah, we can hear you.
older.
I can.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So my question was, Klopp had the same team as in his last season. Slot had the same team last season, and they were very good. They were very good with what? On set pieces. So the question is, what happened? What changed? For me, the only
Maybe
thing I
they are
can think of that changed. I think that what I can only think about right now, the only thing I can think about is that the system has changed. That is the biggest change that Liverpool has had. The system. A system where Liverpool would take even five passes are many. Liverpool would take like 3 passes from their box to the opponent's box. Anytime you give him a chance to attack you. How? Why? Anytime Liverpool, you're taking a set piece. Teams got to realize that when you're taking a set piece against Liverpool, have like 2 or 3 players ready to defend against the counter. You get? The moment you miss that opportunity, or wait there, it is going to be a definite goal. You get? So what happened was that Liverpool would go, you send in your set piece, as long as it is headed by a Liverpool player, they know what to do. I mean, let's say the ball lands on the right side. I guarantee you, if you look on the left side, there are people, or at least a person running. Always, that was the thing. But I've seen situations, even for me, I saw it against Leeds. Dominic ran with the ball, reached the middle, and stopped. I was like, no, Neda, this is unacceptable. We are not here to count who has the most touches. We are here to see who has scored the most goals. If I score the most goals with the less touches, please let me score. So these guys wait for Bournemouth or Leeds. They wait for them to pass settle in their box, put their shape correctly, then they start passing the ball around. And I'm like, you people, like, why are you making your work hard? Like, why?
But
so for me, it goes back to these players are doing what? Yes, please.
I really, it's actually up to the coach, because you know those Dutch coaches, they have this rigid thought of like everything has to be around the system and everything has to be my way. And I think that's what actually is happening. You see how Van Gaal, you see how Van Gaal was so strict about a few and like petty things, and it would cause a lot of issues in the team. Just don't shoot when you're not. Before you reach the box, such things can prevent the team from just being brilliant. You have a Salah, you have an Nketiah who is good. You have Florian Wirtz, who is very good on the ball, but you're not giving them the freedom to express themselves. You want them to sit in a system and I don't know, try to pass the ball around. This thing.
Right.
Hey, sorry to cut you short.
Yes, please.
Continue.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of Florian Wirtz PR of late on Twitter. You guys had some PR for him, eh?
You see, I'm really glad that I reached a level, or in terms of what
Your network.
Mm,
I've been seeing things like
can you
yes,
guys hear me?
yeah, we
yeah,
can
we
hear you.
can.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello,
we
we
can
can. We
hear
can
you,
hear.
though we can't see you. I think Oscar, you should just rejoin.
Yeah,
Well, Peter, as I was saying, I've been seeing
yeah.
things like he has the most goal contributions in since December in the league. So, and I
Yeah.
was asking myself, did the league start uh, in
Just
December?
yeah, but
Oscar,
Yes.
I was
Sorry about
asking
that.
you
Uh,
about this recent PR for VATs.
about that, look, for me, you see, we have people who do those things, and I look at, especially if it is a Liverpool fan, I think it is just being shallow. I think it's just being
Even the
shallow,
media,
honestly.
even the
I mean,
mainstream media,
we want,
they have been running these
no,
stats that
let's
he has
forget
the
about,
goal contributions since December. And I'm asking, did we start playing football in December? Hmm? The league started
but look,
way
those are
in
the same people who are talking. Wait. Those are the same people who, before we played Bournemouth, were saying Liverpool is undefeated. And I'm asking myself, are we watching the same football? Like, what exactly are these people watching that makes them believe that a team like Liverpool, which we believe that we are a big club, eh?
Mm,
And we are counting draws, and not just one draw. We are counting
mm,
draws are more than wins. And you're telling me that we are undefeated, and that is something worth celebrating. I mean, come on. You have to really have a problem with your, just, you maybe watch football with you actually analyze this football thing with emotions and not necessarily with your head. It just doesn't make
yeah.
sense. For me, when it comes to VATS, I believe, but I
Mm,
actually wanted to ask Peter, or even you, Norman. I wanted to ask you guys.
mm.
You guys watch African Cup, right? You watch Egypt.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I did.
If we are to sum up Liverpool's season up to now, hmm, and you compare it to the way he played for Egypt, which
Mm,
one was better?
of course, AFCON.
Egypt,
Which one, in
AFCON,
your view, has been the
AFCON,
what?
His
AFCON.
AFCON.
AFCON campaign was
And
better.
you know what was different?
Mm.
And you know what was
What?
different? The
No, you
fact
tell
that
us.
in AFCON, it is not about pass. It is about give the man an opportunity with one man, or give him an opportunity to run at the goal.
Mm.
That is what has been the difference. Give Salah an opportunity to run at the goal. You get these things.
Direct.
You see, even when Liverpool was, yeah, even when Salah was still in his prime, younger in Liverpool, with the Manes and the Firminos. Anytime we had
Mm.
a low block, the time that Salah actually was shining was the time when he was actually, when the defenders were backtracking, and they were not
Yeah,
like Liverpool was pushing forward at a fast pace. These things of pass, it can't work. It doesn't help Salah at all, and especially the fact that the man is now getting old. He's actually old now. It doesn't help him. That's why it goes back to the same thing I was saying about Jokeres. Play to these players' strengths. These players, you brought in Havertz. I mean, you brought in Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz, yes, he can play that ball total football thing, but it's not a Liverpool thing.
yeah. It's
The
not.
one thing
It's
I
not the
believe
idea.
that Slot should have done, Slot should,
Mm,
it's not the identity. Slot should have mixed his style and with what we found as Liverpool's style. He should have mixed. Why? Because the league is coming in. It's not a league of total football. You bring PSG to the Premier League, then I will show you that. Sorry, that style of theirs, they cannot win a trophy in Premier League.
Oscar, I don't know
I
which
will show you
network.
that they cannot win. Sorry, can you
I
hear
think
me?
Norman is. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I think it's yeah. I think it's
Oh,
Norman Owen.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. I was
No,
going
like
to
I was
say.
saying, Yes, please. Yes, please.
You see the PSG game with the Newcastle. They played well in the first
Mm,
15 minutes. They could have even scored more than 3 goals
mm,
in that game. But just because they Newcastle is a very physical team, they managed to outrun PSG and actually block them and actually even get back into the game and draw them and end even the game draw. So it doesn't this possession thing has to mostly
it's an,
these Spanish coaches and Dutch coaches should learn that the Premier League, you're going to be chasing after second balls. You will have to have aerially dominant players to win. You're going to be there. You have to be direct sometimes. You have to adapt. It's not all about the system. You have to adapt in the game. That's one thing that I feel like Slot doesn't want to do. He wants to do things, man, these people have their philosophies and they think like
Mm.
that's how I'm supposed to do it. You can't. Even Pep has changed his game. I don't think Pep used to be the Pep of that time. His teams have been transitioning into different kinds of styles of
So,
play,
mm,
depending on the players he has. And you can see now a team that he has is totally different. And if
mm,
they don't learn that, you can go and play your possession football. That's exactly what Man wanted to play. But we look what happens. We just have to we thrive in transition. We don't thrive with possession. So you're going to find yourself in a weird place if you start thinking like that. And that's I
man,
think the big problem with
that is
Liverpool.
modern football. Unfortunately, that's where we are.
No, but
Uh,
it's going to be phased out. It's going to be phased out. Like you see now how Premier League has changed. Like everything is all about second balls, area
yeah,
duels, set
details.
pieces, details. These weird things that
Mm,
sometimes we would not have paid attention to. That's what
mm,
is changed. It's the difference. So it's going to try. People will start moving away from these things. You
yeah,
get.
true,
We shall start evolving into other kind of styles.
true.
Mm,
Well,
mm.
time is chasing us. I guess we should go to the predictions.
Yeah.
Do you have the fixture with you there?
Let
Is
me.
sometimes gets me those fixtures. Now it's gone. I don't know.
It's gone. Some of us are using. Let me first try. I had problem. We shall first go off a bit.
I think I have a few here. Arsenal will be playing Leeds away. Newcastle are playing Liverpool. City are playing Spurs. Manchester United are playing Fulham. Nottingham are playing Palace. Okay.
Sorry, I went off the.
You got it?
the list. Not yet. I'm still. Let me just search.
I have a few here.
Okay.
Um, Crystal Palace will be traveling to Nottingham. Fulham will be playing United.
Yeah.
Arsenal playing Leeds away.
Yeah.
Newcastle playing Liverpool. City are playing Tottenham. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a Monday game, right? There's a Monday game of
I
Bournemouth, I
think
think.
I think so. I think we'll start with the City game.
Yeah.
What do you think will be the score?
I can see a low block all the game. It might be a very boring game, like a 1-1.
Mm.
Yeah. I say a 1-1 game.
Spurs, you can never trust Spurs, man. But
Yeah.
I
But if
would go with a good feeling of them getting points off City. I won't be surprised if City wins, but I'll go for a 2-2 draw also.
yeah.
You've gone for a 1-1, yeah?
Yeah.
Newcastle Liverpool. This is a tight one.
Yeah, this is a tight one, but I feel like Liverpool has surprised me always with Newcastle for some reason. They always
Yeah,
try.
always
They always.
beat them.
Yeah, they always beat them. I think like a 2-1.
Yeah, we'll
It
go
might
for
be
a 2-1.
tight. Yeah.
Arsenal away at Leeds.
3-1 for Arsenal.
3-1. Who's going to score for us, man?
Yeah, a lot of set pieces. Remember, this is a low block team, and there will be a lot of corners. So
Yeah.
and set pieces.
Man, Leeds is dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous on corners also.
I'm going to go for a dull 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah. United at home against Fulham. I'm going to go for a 2-1 United win.
I would go for a 3-1. I feel like we have more goals.
Okay. Nottingham versus Palace.
Not Palace, not Brentford.
Are they playing Brentford?
I think it's Brentford.
Let me check it again here.
Aston Villa and Brentford. Okay. No man. Okay.
Okay, sorry, Peter.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I have the fixtures.
Yeah.
Well, Nottingham are playing Palace. They remember they played Brentford last week.
Okay.
So they are playing Palace at home.
Okay.
Palace, by the way, they are losing Mateta. I think he's signing.
I haven't. The only team that was interested was I think Juventus, and I feel like they are pulling out.
AC Milan is pulling out.
Yes, there was some interest from Italy, I think, and
it was AC Milan, his preferred destination. Well, I don't know if they are pulling out, but the last I checked, that's where he was going.
Okay.
But he's unlikely to play this game, considering the news that is moving around on his camp. Well, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Nottingham win.
I think it's a draw 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Brighton are playing Everton.
I would actually favor Everton for some reason. I feel like they will get 2 goals on like by one, or even a 2-0, because Everton is
2-0.
not bad at
They're good at defending.
and they are better than Brighton this season, by the way. I feel like they could even go ahead and approach the mid 8th, 7th position this season.
Well, I'm going to go for a 1-1. Chelsea at home in the London Derby. They're hosting West Ham.
Obvious. West Ham has been poor. I think actually West Ham is going to be relegated this season. I don't know what's your thought. 3-1. 3-1 on the 3-0. Yeah.
3-1. They had, by the way, got some bit of form.
Yeah. But they are planning to sell Paqueta, so Flamingo was inquiring about Paqueta.
Wolves at home against Bournemouth. I'll go for a 2-1 win.
Yeah, 2-0 win.
2-0. Aston Villa at home. They're playing Brentford.
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah. This is a game Aston Villa may not be able to win. They are quite similar teams. And there's this guy, Thiago. He's really good. He has been good this season.
Well, I hope it's not a one-off season.
Yeah. But Brentford has luck with its players. Ivan Toney, Mbeumo. So they have a track record of bringing in actually good attackers. Yeah.
I'm going to go for a 2-1 Villa win. So, they played in Europe, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
That is tricky.
And Aston Villa, by the way, didn't win.
They won. They won 3-2.
Didn't.
Are you sure?
They won.
They won 3-2.
Sure.
They won 3-2.
Really?
There's some
what I know there
got some 19-year-old black guy that got them a winner.
Okay.
Yeah. Sunderland at home. They've been shocking recently.
Yeah.
They'll be Burnley.
Yeah, 1-0.
And remember, Burnley beat them in the first leg.
I think it's a 1-0 for
Sunderland.
Sunderland might win, yeah.
Okay. Let me go for a 1-1 relegation battle. Sunderland is not necessarily in relegation, but Burnley would love to get a point from them.
Yeah.
Well, I think that is all. Arsenal will be playing Chelsea in midweek, second leg of Carabao Cup semi-final. So check out for that. And I need to thank Peter and Oscar for always making time for this show to happen, regardless of their busy schedules. Thank you, people that supporting our content. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the views. Maybe Peter, if you have anything we haven't touched on.
Nah, that's we have touched quite a number of topics actually. We just have to wait for the weekend. I hope we have some drama. Maybe Tottenham can beat all the Leeds can beat Arsenal, and we shall have a good weekend, I think.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, people, thank you for watching the program all the way from where we started till now we are closing up. Unfortunately, Oscar went off. Maybe he had some family duty he had to attend on. But all in all, thank you for watching our content. We dearly appreciate. And we'll see you back next Friday on the weekend preview show. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to always like, share, and subscribe to the content. And let me wish you a very good weekend and a good evening. Goodbye, Peter. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.